President Biden's latest move to forgive $4.28 billion in student loans has sparked a lot of reactions. Now, this isn't the first time he's taken action on student debt, though. In fact, his administration has approved nearly $180 billion in student debt relief for 4.9 million borrowers. Hello, guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe. Give our videos a thumbs up if you like our content, and be part of the commenting squad by sharing your thoughts in the comment section down below. Now, the latest forgiveness plan specifically targets public service workers, including teachers, nurses, and service members. To qualify, borrowers must have made 120 qualifying monthly payments while working for a qualifying employer. Now, Biden's administration has made significant changes to the public service loan forgiveness program, making it easier for borrowers to apply and receive forgiveness. They've also implemented other initiatives such as income-driven repayment plans and debt cancellation for borrowers who were cheated by their schools. Now, while some people might view this as a last-minute move by Biden, it's very clear that his administration has been working on student debt relief for some time. As Biden stated, higher education should be a ticket to the middle class. So with that said, let's take a look at these videos as different people share their thoughts on this news. I will be right back.
Biden forgave $4 billion of student loan debt yesterday. $4 billion. And all y'all have ever done is on that man and make him age 20 years in 4 years. You have been the teats of Republicans who have shown you over and over and over again they don't give a about you. You vote on people who have nothing but your worst interest at heart. You let your racism, xenophobia, misogyny ruin this country, and this man is still going out of his way, knowing he's not going to be the president anymore. He can kick his feet up right now, and he's still helping you people. He's still helping you people. This doesn't affect me. I have a master's with no student loan debt. I have health care that I don't have to worry about. And I'm still trying to get you to understand these people don't care about you.
Breaking news this morning, Biden forgives another $4 billion in student loans. Biden is jamming this one through as his last act before exiting as POTUS. This will bring Biden's total student loan forgiveness to nearly $180 billion. Let me remind you, the monopoly money paying for this is taxpayer money, and we already have a massive debt issue. The specific details weren't announced, but the loan forgiveness target is public service workers. Let me be clear, I am not a free ride fan, but as someone with kids, I might be sympathetic to one small category within the public service sector: teachers. These are the educators of all of our kids, and many states are now requiring master's degrees. And the National Education Association estimates the average starting salary for a teacher is a meager $43,000. Like I said, in general, I am not a free ride guy. This is not monopoly money we're handing out. This simply compounds our massive, already existing issue as a country. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on student loan forgiveness? And share your thoughts specifically on teachers. I'm interested.
Just a quick heads up that emails from the Department of Education will be going out to borrowers that may qualify for the Biden administration Student Debt Cancellation Plan 2.0. As a reminder, this new plan uses the Higher Education Act as its legal authority and has been going through the lengthy negotiated rulemaking process, but the final rule is expected to be published this fall. This new plan also targets specific groups of borrowers, like borrowers that owe more than they originally borrowed or that have been in student loan debt since Jesus wept. And if for some reason you don't want this relief, you'll have until August 30th to opt out with your loan servicer. Like the first plan that got struck down by the Supreme Court last year, this plan will definitely see legal challenges, but no matter what, I'm going to keep you up to date. So make sure you're following me at DebtFreeGonnaBe. And if you don't agree with student debt relief, that's fine. Just play nice in my comments.
Breaking news from the world of federal student loan forgiveness, and I need you to listen to the entire video because it sounds a whole lot worse than it is. The Associated Press is reporting that President Biden is going to be withdrawing all proposed regulations regarding federal student loans if they are not implemented by January 20th, when Donald Trump resumes office. And though that sounds really horrible, it's actually being done strategically to improve the protections that borrowers currently have. First of all, none of this applies to the SAVE plan, IBR, public service loan forgiveness, PSLF buyback, or any program that is currently finalized and implemented even if that regulation is being held up in court. Primarily, this deals with Biden's Plan B. That's the student loan forgiveness plan that he proposed a couple of months ago that's working its way through the regulatory process. That's the plan that reduces federal student loan debt for people whose balances are higher than they originally borrowed, prevents interest from capitalizing, and also provides for forgiveness of loans automatically after 20 or 25 years of repayment. Those are the things that are on the table. It's important to remember that proposed regulations don't just pop into effectiveness. It's not like he can just propose a regulation today and tomorrow it's going to go into place. In fact, there is a very specific process that the Department of Education needs to follow procedurally under federal law in order for regulation to become effective and be implemented. And that process can take months, even years, to be completed. So the reason why these regulations are being pulled, if they're not effective by January 20th, is because if they're still proposed, President Trump can come back in and can change those regulations and kind of shortcut the process. So by removing these proposed regulations, it's going to force Trump to start from square one for any regulations that he wants to implement for federal student loans. And those regulations are likely to be a whole lot less forgiving than the ones that President Biden has introduced. So this is going to actually help student loan borrowers by delaying any regulatory plans that the Trump administration has with respect to federal student loan forgiveness. If you've got any questions about your federal student loans, your private student loans, or any debt whatsoever, as always, you know where to find me.
Federal student loan borrowers, I just want you to understand that you can get your federal student loans forgiven or almost all the way reduced. If you guys want to know how to do that, if you have no clue how to do that, you guys, our tax dollars are already paying for it. So regardless of your stance on it being done, you might as well take advantage of it because our tax dollars are already paying for it. So if you guys want some help and some guidance on how to get that done, then comment me. And listen, don't just comment me. I'm going to respond to you with a link. All you have to do is put that link in your thing and fill the information out. It's free, okay? It's free to get the information. Just check it out.
The Biden administration just forgave $4.28 billion in student loan debt for nearly 55,000 public service workers. This is part of ongoing fixes to the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. With Biden's term wrapping up, he's cleared more student debt than any president in history. $180 billion for nearly 5 million borrowers. If you're in public service, this could matter for you.
Now, the Biden administration announced Friday that it would forgive another $4.28 billion in student loan debt for 54,900 borrowers who work in public service. The relief is a result of the fixes of the U.S. Department of Education made to the once troubled public service loan forgiveness program. Now, the debt relief comes in President Joe Biden's final weeks in office. Biden has forgiven more student debt than any other president. He has cleared nearly $180 billion for 4.9 million people with student debt. Still, Republican-led legal challenges have stymied all of Biden's attempts at delivering wide-scale relief. Now, 4 years ago, the Biden-Harris administration made a pledge to America's teachers, service members, nurses, first responders, and other public servants that we would fix the broken public service loan forgiveness program. And I'm proud to say that we delivered, said U.S. Secretary of Education. With the approval of another $4.28 billion in loan forgiveness for nearly 55,000 public servants, the administration has secured nearly $180 billion in life-changing student debt relief for nearly 5 million borrowers. Now, the U.S. Department of Education's successful transformation of the PSLF program is a testament to what's possible when you have leaders like President Biden and Vice President Harris who are relentlessly and unapologetically focused on making government deliver for everyday working people. The PSLF program provides an incentive for Americans to pursue and remain in careers in education, public health, law enforcement, emergency response, and other critical public service fields by forgiving borrowers remaining student loan balance after they have made the required 120 qualifying monthly payments. Now, the relief announced includes both borrowers who have benefited from the administration's limited PSLF waiver, a temporary opportunity that ended in October 2022, as well as from regulatory improvements made to the program during this administration. In addition to these fixes to PSLF, The Biden-Harris administration also implemented further improvements to PSLF to make it easier for borrowers to participate in the program. As of July 2024, the PSLF program is now fully managed by the department via studentaid.gov, rather than by a single loan servicer, making it easier for borrowers to track their progress toward forgiveness. Now, since day one, the Biden-Harris administration has been committed to helping borrowers who have struggled with the burden of student loan debt. Over the past 4 years, the administration has approved nearly $180 billion in student debt relief for 4.9 million borrowers through various actions, taking historic steps to aid hardworking Americans across the country who have worked to repay their student loans but remained in debt. In total, the Biden-Harris administration has also approved $56.5 billion for more than 1.4 million borrowers through income-driven repayment, including the Saving on a Valuable Education SAVE plan. Now, this includes administrative adjustments to income-driven repayment that brought borrowers closer to forgiveness and addressed long-standing problems due to past inaccuracies and the misuse of forbearance by loan servicers. $28.7 billion for more than 1.6 million borrowers who were cheated by their schools, saw their institutions precipitously close, or are covered by related court settlements. $16.2 billion for almost 572,000 borrowers with a total and permanent disability. Now, in addition to ensuring that student loans are not a barrier to educational and economic opportunity for students and families, the administration also secured a $900 increase to the maximum Pell Grant, the largest increase in a decade, and finalized new rules to help protect borrowers from career programs that leave graduates with unaffordable debts and insufficient earnings. Now, at the end of 2020, with federal student loan interest and principal payments paused and total student loan debt reaching $1.69 trillion, Joe Biden became president and brought with him the promise of student debt forgiveness. Now, while Biden extended the pandemic payment pause the day he took office, he waited longer to present a straightforward path to student loan forgiveness. It wasn't until August 2022 that his administration announced a highly anticipated three-part plan for student debt relief. Now, the plan included canceling up $20,000 of federal student debt per eligible borrower. Second, making student loans more manageable for current and future borrowers. And thirdly, reducing the cost of college. From day one of my administration, I promised to make sure that higher education is a ticket to the middle class, not a barrier to opportunity, Biden said in a statement. Now, he added, because of our actions, millions of people across the country now have the breathing room to start businesses, save for retirement, and pursue life plans they had to put on hold because of the burden of student loan debt. We have finally come to the end of the video, but I want to hear from you, my viewers. What are your thoughts on this news? Do you think this is a step in the right direction? Or do you have concerns about the implications of student loan forgiveness? Perhaps you are a student loan borrower yourself, or maybe you know someone who is struggling with debt. Share your thoughts, your views on what you think about this in the comment section down below. Thank you for always watching, and see you in our next video as we bring you another interesting video.